Hello, my name is Cherie Hairisenhall. I am outside where I like to be at the most. I am going to Grand Canyon University for teaching. And I was asked to do an assignment by my professor, David Larson. So here it goes. Hello, my name is Cherie Harrison. I am a student at GCU for education. What disposition do I have to make myself a successful teacher? Well, I would say I'm compassionate. I'm very compassionate when it comes to people's feelings and I click with people. I understand how they think. I can see myself a lot of times in other people. So I'm just a very compassionate person. I don't try to make people upset or sad because I understand how that feeling is, and I don't want to pass that along. I would understand every child's learning in their own unique way. So if a child is more of hands-on and wanting to, just get dirty and things, and that's how they need to learn, well, that's what I'm going to do. If the child's more about reading and writing, then that's what areas I'm going to try to hit. Every child's different. Every human is different. So I want to try to meet their needs as best as I can. I will get to know the students' interests. So if they like bugs, I'm going to teach them about bugs. If they like the governments, I want to really go into the government. They want to know how flowers grow and how plants are growing and they reproduce and any of that. I want to touch all of that. I want them to be able to plant, garden, really open up to whatever the child would like to know. I want them to be able to ask those why questions and me be able to help them problem solve and understand why the world goes around. Let them understand how that whole thinking outside the box works. No, there's no wrong answers, and just letting them understand that life is a mystery, and dive right in and find out what you like to know. I will encourage my students. Let them know that they can do anything that they put their minds to. Yes, it could be very hard work, but they can do it. If they want to succeed, they put that hard work in, then they can get it done. Motivate my students. There's so many people that don't motivate other people. They always try to talk down to them or give them positive or even negative feedback. Letting them know that, you may have not have done the assignment the right way, but maybe next time you can do it this way. So being fair, just, expressing what I want on the assignment would, it's part of being fairness. Like I said, giving every student the opportunity to succeed. I am dedicated to learning. I will take extra classes. I will do extra Saturday classes that I don't even get paid for, or I'm not paying out of my pocket. I'm just taking these classes to learn. I've took numerous relationship classes, just building those relationships and those strong bonds with people. I've took cooking classes, letting them, learning how to cook or different ideas out there that I can cook. So I love to learn. I took a science class over the last summer, and I learned all about science and how to teach science to children. So, the world is so big out there, and there's so many things I would like to learn, and I just hope that with my leadership abilities that my children or my future students understand that the sky is the limit. What disposition do I need to work on before I enter class the classroom as a first-year teacher. Well, that's 4 years away from me. So that's 4 years of things that I still need to learn. I still need to understand. So everything I need to learn. There's not one thing in general that I would say that I need to key on and learn. There's millions of different things that I need to learn and that I don't know. I mean, right now I teach preschool. Preschool is a whole different ballpark than it is from K through 12. Learning a little bit of special ed, even with special ed, I suffer from dyslexic, and a little bit of ADHD to myself. So I'm hoping with me suffering from my own issues that I can help a student learn in a different way, thinking outside the box. So I feel like everything I need to learn still. Making sure to keep a positive attitude. Sometimes you get around those negative Nancys and it's just really hard to shake that vibe. So I hope to just stay positive. Understand the lesson may not go as planned, that there could be hiccups, that, perfect examples, I did a volcano activity last year, and I was hoping that I did it along the line and everybody would put their stuff in and it would go good. It didn't work that way. Hiccups will happen. Just making sure that I stay stress-free, understanding that things don't go the way you want them to. Making sure to build those positive relationships with my students. It goes all back to understanding how each child individually learns. Making sure I stay patient, which can be very hard for myself. Even with my own children, sometimes I can lose my patience. Another thing would be working on my spelling. I am really, really bad at spelling, and for the longest time I let my spelling keep me back from my dreams of becoming a teacher. But with the way the world is evolving now, there's no reason. I can still work on my spelling even as an adult. There's always Google and talk to text. So, letting students even know that, yeah, you might struggle, but if you keep working at it, you are going to get better with it. What qualities should professional education display? I would say fairness. Not every child learns the same. And trying to be fair and understanding how each child learns differently and being able to aim for that child to be able to succeed. I'm not going to do a whole lesson on reading and not do any visuals or anything for the children that need visuals. I'm going to get down. I'm going to try to get dirty. I'm going to teach these kids how, to think outside that box. It all goes back to thinking outside the box. Compassion. A teacher should be compassionate. And now I'm not saying hey, the dog ate my homework, compassion. I'm talking about if a student is struggling, trying to figure out a different way for the student to learn this problem or trying to learn the assignment. I mean, education is supposed to be about trying to help others. And not everybody, I have 2 children that are hyper and they don't learn the same way as my quiet child that picks up everything really super fast. Every child is different. Even having my own children is like that. Like I said, being patient. I can be kind of wild at times, as in with my patience. I want everything to be so. Just taking a step back, understanding that as much as I want everything to go so, I have to be patient. I can't teach a lesson and expect the students to get like that. I have to be patient and give them the opportunity to learn it. And if they're not picking it up by the way that I teach it, then I need to go back to the drawing board to figure out a different way to teach them that. So that's my biggest things. As an earlier, me being a leader, I do lots of leadership things. Right now I'm at my garden, my local garden that I and my children garden every time. So I'm locally involved in my community, which I think is a very great quality as a professor, because I'm already in the community and these kids see me all the time, every day, all the time. You know, they know me by name. Hey, I see you. Hey, Miss Cherie. You know, it's a constant thing. Miss Cherie, look, Miss Cherie, that. So for me, even as I'm not yet a teacher and I'm still just a student myself, I'm still in a preschool where I have these children that are looking up to me, and that every day they sit here and they wonder, you know, what is Miss Cherie doing? So I don't feel like I would be a bad teacher. I feel like, you know, I would do great when it comes down to the teacher part, you know, because I am a very compassionate person. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and thank you very much. And I hope you guys understand a little bit more. Thank you.